الذين اصطفى أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم كما أخرجك ربك من بيتك بالحق وإن فريقا من المؤمنين لكارهون يجادلونك في الحق بعدما تبين كأنما يساقون إلى الموت وهم ينظرون وإذ يعدكم الله إحدى الطائفتين أنها لكم وتودون أن غير ذات الشوكة تكون لكم ويريد الله أن يحق الحق بكلماته ويقطع دابر الكافرين ليحق الحق ويبطل الباطل ولو كره المجرمون صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Surah Anfal, the previous 4 ayat that we read, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned that the mu'mineen, their signs are that when the verses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are recited over them, their iman increases, and basically they follow the command of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the first ayah, as we had read, the certain background, the specific background was that there was a sort of a discussion between the Sahaba about who is the more deserving or the rightful owner of the spoils of Badr. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after establishing the ruling in this regard, that the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that it belongs to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam can on his discretion distribute it however he likes, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam distributed it equally among all the three groups, and all the three of them became happy. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah is saying, Kama akhrajaka rabbuka min baytika bil haqq. Kama means like, just the way it was. So in this there was a discussion among the Sahaba, a disagreement, and they listened to the command of Allah and everything smoothened out. Similarly, at the start of Badr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that think about the start of Badr, that how did this battle start? And the history is that there was this trading caravan of the people of Makkah, the Quraysh, which was returning from Syria, from Sham, and returning to Makkah. So the Prophet ﷺ got news of it, and Abu Sufyan, who was not a Muslim by that time, he was leading that caravan, and it was basically a trading caravan. But there was something particularly important about this, something peculiar about this trading caravan, which was that every single person of the Quraysh had a share in the business profits that were being returned to Makkah. And this money was used, this business of the Quraysh was in fact their source of strength, because of which strength they were constantly giving trouble to the Muslims, and because of that they had, based on relying on that strength, they had pushed the Prophet ﷺ and the Muslims out of Makkah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the Prophet ﷺ about this trading caravan, and the Prophet ﷺ was commanded to go out of Medina and in pursuit of this caravan and intercept it, so that the strength of the kuffar could be broken, and they could not use this money to wage a war against Muslims and cause trouble for Muslims who wanted to live peacefully in Medina. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that as just like at that time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala akhrajaka rabbuka min baytika, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you come out of your house. Baytik may mean the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or it may refer to Medina on the whole. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling Medina the house of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made you come out of your house bil haqq, rightfully, on truth. And this means that this was going to be a battle which would clearly distinguish who is right and who is wrong. Therefore it is also called Yawmul Furqan. The day of Badr is also called Yawmul Furqan, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it very clear who is on the right path, with whom is the support of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and with whom it is not. And it is said, it is quoted, that these mushrikeen of Makkah, before the final battle, they came out of Makkah saying that today Allah will tell us who is on the right path, with whom is the support of Allah. And most of their leaders got killed, and the Prophet ﷺ addressed them and said that this is what you were looking for, this is what you were asking for, so the truth has been made open upon you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here has said bil haqq, it was on truth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was going to make it very clear. وَإِنَّ فَرِيقًا مِّنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ لَكَارِهُونَ. There was a group among Muslims who were not liking this. So the history goes where the Prophet ﷺ, when he got news of it, the Prophet ﷺ told the Sahaba, this is such and such trading caravan, and they were not expecting a battle. They were going in pursuit of this, or not a major battle, and they were going in pursuit to intercept this. And the time was of Ramadan, so most Muslims were not ready for battle. And the Prophet ﷺ said that I'm not making it mandatory for every single one of you to leave out in jihad with me. Those who wish to, they can go, and those who can move fast, those who have something to ride on, a horse or a camel. So there was some Sahaba who had their rides ready, and they said that we are going to go. Then there was others who said that who thought that the Prophet ﷺ has not made it mandatory, and we do not expect a big battle, so the Prophet ﷺ does not need a lot of people, so they decided to stay home, or they decided to not accompany the Prophet ﷺ. There was another group who wanted to accompany the Prophet ﷺ, but they did not have the rides. Their rides were somewhere else, so they asked the Prophet ﷺ that allow us that we would go and get our animals so that we can accompany you. But the Prophet ﷺ did not allow them and said that we do not have time for that. So these people were also left behind. The Prophet ﷺ's army, or the group, it left, and there is still that place marked in Medina, Suqya, which is still a little towards the outskirts of Medina, where the Prophet ﷺ stayed. And he asked a Sahabi to count the army, and when he counted that there's exactly 313 people with the Prophet ﷺ. So the Prophet ﷺ became happy listening to this number, saying that this is the same number that was of the people with Talut. So he took a good omen from it, and taking good omen is permissible. Taking good omen is permissible, taking a bad omen is impermissible. So if you see something that gives you an idea that something good is going to happen, that is permissible. Taking a bad omen, for example, a black cat crosses your way and you think that my day is going to be ruined, that is not permissible. Anyway, so the Prophet ﷺ and his Sahaba left. But this caravan of trading, they got news that the Prophet ﷺ is in our pursuit, and they changed their route and went safely, reached Medina. And before they reached Medina, Abu Sufyan, who was the leader of this trading company or caravan, he sent ahead a person who reached Makkah quickly, swiftly, and told the leaders of Quraysh that Muhammad ﷺ and his army is trying to intercept this trading caravan. So all of their leaders, they not only came out themselves, but they encouraged and incited everyone to come out, especially those people about whom they thought that they are secretly Muslims but are staying back because of the pressure of the environment. They especially told them, for example, Sayyidina Abbas radiallahu anhu, who was an uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, and was some ulama said that he was secretly a Muslim, but he did not express Islam. So he was specially asked to come out, that today we need to determine, do you have a soft corner in your heart for Muslims or not? So all of them came out with a great army, 1,000 people, 100 horses if I remember correctly. So an army which was triple the magnitude of the army of the Prophet ﷺ. When Muslims got news that caravan that we were originally going after has left and gone peacefully, and another army is coming to counter us, the Prophet ﷺ asked the Sahaba, what is their counsel? Should we return to Medina or should we face this army? So some Sahaba, on their thinking, they said that we did not come out prepared to face a fully equipped army. We were going after a trading caravan. So the Prophet ﷺ remained quiet on this counsel. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, Sayyidina Umar Khattab radiallahu anhu, they understood the intention of the Prophet ﷺ. So they stood up and said that, Ya Rasulullah, we are going to face this enemy if you want us to. Whatever is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if Allah has given you a command, tell it to us and we'll go with you. Then other Sahaba stood up and made speeches on behalf of Quraysh. Sayyidina Miqdad radiallahu anhu, he stood and said that we are not like the people of Musa, who said that we are sitting here and we've read about it, that we are sitting here and you go and fight, you and your Lord go and fight. We are not going to say that to you. We are going to go with you even if you drive us to our death. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam got the idea that the Muhajirin, those people who had migrated with him or before him from Makkah, they are clearly with the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But the Ansar, the people who were supporting the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the locals of Medina, they had not yet said anything. And their pact with the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was technically that they will help the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and protect him if an enemy attacks Medina. And this was not that situation because there was nobody attacking Medina. So the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam still asked for counsel again. And may Allah bless the Ansar, they understood it as well. And Sayyidina Sa'ad ibn Mu'adh radiallahu anhu, comes his name in narration, that he stood up and said that, Ya Rasulullah, if you ask us to put our horses in or put ourselves in the sea, we'll do it for you. If you ask us to if I remember correct, jump in fire, we'll do it for you. We'll do it with you. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So then the Prophet ﷺ became very happy and he decided that we are going to face this enemy at the place of Badr. And the Prophet ﷺ told all the Sahaba that Allah has given me a good news, that Allah will give us power over one of these two groups of kuffar, either the trading caravan or the army that is coming. In the future ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we intended it for you, that we will give you victory over the more powerful, the more strong enemy. So anyway, the Sahaba got ready and then so this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about, this discussion that occurred between the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba who were, some of them were not of the opinion. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding them, that at that point also, some of you did not want to fight and some of you did not want to do it. You were being pushed out or you were being pulled out by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of your houses, but you really did not like it. But the end result of listening to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out good. That you finally, everybody knows that Badr was a great day for Muslims, where Muslims conquered and all the major leaders of kuffar were killed. So anyway, كما أخرجك ربك من بيتك بالحق وإن فريقا من المؤمنين لكارهون. A group among the Muslims was not really liking it. يجادلونك في الحق بعدما تبين. Allah, they were disputing with you, so they were basically doing jidal or mujadila, or they were discussing it with you, في الحق, about what was right, بعدما تبين, after it became clear, كأنما يساقون إلى الموت, as if they were being driven to death, وهم ينظرون, and they were being driven to a death that they were seeing before them. But this is a reminder to the Sahaba that just like at that point, all of you listened to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and kept on going and faced the enemy, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made things turn out in your favor. Similarly, in this way, in this little matter of distributing the spoils of war, listen to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and things are going to come out well for you. Inshallah, the future ayat the next ayat, they will still talk about Badr and what happened and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down angels and how the Muslims were asking for help, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down help, clear, visible help, a help that which did not come before or after the day of Badr. Inshallah, we'll talk about it next week. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen, Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim wa tub alayna innaka antat tawwabur rahim, wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqi sayyidina wa lana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amin bi rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin.